An adverse weather alert has been put out by the Meteorological Service, basically looking for the possibility of a street flooding as well as a flash flooding and gusty winds over 60 kilometers per hour. So you could be seeing those large trees in motion, and it'll also be quite windy out at sea, so you could be seeing some choppiness out there as well for fish folk. So be mindful about that from Wednesday at 5 a.m. going through until Thursday 4 p.m. And the main reason is that we'll have a couple of tropical waves coming by first of all, but there's also this area of low pressure, just turning in the winds slightly, but it has a low chance of developing, just about 10%. And that's because it has these upper level winds which are unfavorable as it gets closer to the island chain. But nevertheless, we'll continue to see some rainfall here, possibility up to 40 millimeters in some places, and that's the reason why the Met Service has put out the alert for street or flash flooding as you go through Wednesday and Thursday. So we will begin to see those clouds building from midnight, especially across the eastern areas of the islands. For Tobago, you will see a lot of the showers coming through in your morning. There will be some spells of rain as well, but a lower chance of those heavier bursts turning thundery across Tobago. More so for Trinidad, this is where you'll see the likelihood of thunderstorms erupting, especially along the northern range. So be mindful of the possibility of street or flash flooding in those downpours, and also the lightning strikes as well could be coming through. And into the afternoon, the daytime heating will continue the instability here, and we'll likely see all of those showers piling into southern and central Trinidad as you go through your morning as well. So definitely on Wednesday, this is the time to take care on the roads, and also be mindful of the street and flash flooding as you go through your Wednesday. Now, temperature-wise, tonight, no lower than 23 degrees Celsius, a relatively cool night with all that cloud and rain around, and we're looking at highs no higher than probably 29 or 30 degrees Celsius. Now, on Thursday, yet another tropical wave is coming by, mixed in with the ITCZ. More heavy rainfall is likely, remembering that the adverse weather alert will also be in effect for Thursday. And then on Friday, summer petering of this atmosphere will likely happen. We should be seeing more stable weather, at least coming by Saturday, but we're still looking for occasional showers as we get towards the start of the weekend. So be reminded again, Thursday, we'll see the adverse weather continuing and then eventually beginning to fade from Friday. Now, for fisher folk, those gusty winds offshore, looking at 20 knots, getting up to 30, maybe 35 knots in those downpours, as well as choppy seas expected, 2.5 meters likely in the Atlantic, and especially along those eastern areas of the Caribbean Sea. Be watching for those choppy seas as well. Now, across the rest of the Caribbean, the Greater Antilles, we have been seeing mostly settled weather across Jamaica, but there's still those afternoon thunder showers across Hispaniola, and those rains coming into Havana, still likely coming in as they go through Wednesday and Thursday. But for the Eastern Caribbean, sunshine all across the Leeward Islands for the first part of their Wednesday, but definitely looking for added cloudiness by Thursday. Once that tropical wave begins to push through, we could be seeing those heavy showers from Georgetown coming into Trinidad and Tobago, maybe getting into Georgetown and to St. George's in Grenada by the time we get to Thursday as well. So take care. Adverse weather alert comes into effect from Wednesday.